Hey folks, let's talk about something super important for any HR management. No, it's not coffee breaks. No, not about leave policies. It is something even more fundamental, more foundational. That is job analysis. So, what is job analysis? I want you to imagine that you're watching a cricket match and you want to be maybe what you can say. L- Assume yourself in the shoes of the cricket coach, okay, that team's coach. Now, if you were that team's coach, before you assign roles, you will not need to know who does what right? What are the what you can say the best talent of each particular person in your team, so that you know what to assign to what person, so that they'll do it the best way possible, right? Like the batsman, who is the best batsman, who can bowl very well, who has a better fielding, right? Each person, there are roles to be filled, there are places to be filled on the pitch. So you need to know who to be placed where so that they can do their best. Similarly, in an organization also, job analysis is something that will help you figure out exactly what each role involves, right? So it is a process of gathering information about the job tasks, the duties, and the requirement, what the job involves, what responsibilities it carries, and what skills are needed to do it well. It's as simple as that, job analysis. So why is job analysis so important? Because it is like the foundation of a building. Without it, recruitment or training, performance appraisal, compensation, you name it, right? All of these things will be shaky. You cannot do it properly. Job analysis is what gives the HR the clarity it needs to design systems that will actually work. Whether it is writing job description or selecting the right candidate or creating the training program, whatever it is, all these things start with job analysis. So let us break down the job analysis into two major components. The first is job description, and the next one is job specification. So, what is job description? Job description tells you what this job is all about, what the job involves, like the duties that are needed to be performed as part of the role, what are your responsibilities, what are the reporting relationships, or even sometimes the working conditions. These are all part of your job's description. Now comes job specification. This focuses on what a person needs to bring to the table, okay? Like the qualification, skill, experience, or any kind of personality traits that they need. Like, say, for example, think of teaching, they'll need a B.Ed or M.Ed degree. Or think about a salesperson, they will need to have certain behavioral skills, right? Things like that. All these things are part of the job specification. So you can say that job description is like the recipe. Job description is like the recipe, right? And job specification is like the list of ingredients that are required to make that recipe. Next question is, how exactly are we going to do this job analysis, right? So there are different methods of job analysis. Like for example, we have the interview method, where you will be talking to employees or you'll be talking to the supervisors to get to know what are the uh, what is the ideal job description or the ideal job specification for that particular job, right? So this is a very great method when you need a deep and nuanced information of the job. But at the same time, it is a very time consuming process. It needs skilled interviewers. So it may not be the best thing for large scale analysis, right? Then comes the observation method. This is where you just watch employees do their work, and from that, you will identify what the job needs. This can sometimes be very eye opening, especially when there is a gap between what people say that they are doing and what they actually do. But again, it is not ideal for roles that have lot of mental work or invisible tasks. Like, do you think you'll be able to make out anything by looking at a programmer who's coding? No, right? They might be thinking a lot, but you will not see anything on paper. All right. So, yeah. So that is about observation method. Then coming to questionnaires and surveys. This is also another method of doing job analysis. Using this method, we can gather information from many people quickly. And therefore, this becomes especially useful in large organizations. But the thing is, we have to make sure that the questions are clear. Otherwise, you will end up answers like sometimes maybe good, sometimes maybe not, neutral, no, what you can say, one word answers also satisfied, nothing to say, all good, things like that. Then there is another method that is called document analysis. So this method is all about checking the existing job descriptions, manuals, and performance reports. This is a very cheap method. It is very quick also. But the problem is that you might get outdated, what you can say, outdated information. Then the last method is focus groups. Focus groups is like what happens in focus groups is you will put a bunch of employees or supervisors together and we will ask them to discuss on the job. So this can work well when you want to understand the collective opinion, but the thing is you have to be ready for dominant voices that are hijacking the discussion. There always is someone in the team who knows how to dominate the entire group, right? So if things happen like that, then you might not get what you are actually after. So that was all about the various components and methods of job analysis. We saw about the importance also. Now let us try to understand the process, the job analysis process, step by step. So as any process, by now you are in the fourth semester, so by now you must have realized that any kind of job analysis, right? Or any kind of process for that matter, everything starts with data collection. Correct? You talk, you get on the field, you collect data. That is what any process starts with. And all the processes ends with documentation and review also. Correct? At least this much is there for anything. So you can generalize it also. Even if you don't know the exact process, you can generalize it and say all processes have the same, what do you say, overall structure. So the first step is why are we doing the analysis? Data collection. First is maybe the why are we doing the analysis? Maybe is there a new department that we are trying to set up? Is there a merger, or is it just because we have an outdated job description, right? Then we will select the job or jobs that we want to study, and with that we can start collecting the data. How do we collect the data? All these methods that we discussed right now, these are all we can use any of these method or a multiple combination of these methods to collect that data. After that, once we have data, what we will do? We will analyze that data, find patterns, and verify the accuracy of this data and the findings that we have with experts and supervisors. That is validation. And then finally, we will create the updated job description and the job specification. That is the documentation. And keep them updated regularly also because jobs can constantly evolve. So, what are the uses of this job analysis? Oh my God, where do I start? There is a lot of uses, right? First and foremost, it helps in hiring the right people. It helps in designing proper performance appraisal systems, fair pay systems. It helps in training your employees properly, evaluating them properly. It even helps in doing what you can say in making sure that you are legally compliant. It promotes equity in your workplace. A lot of things, right? Succession planning, you name it. So you can see that job analysis is like that one friend who keeps everyone organized and on track. We all have that one friend, right? In my friend group also there is one person, and anything and everything which needs organizing we tell it to her. You do it and we will just obey. We don't even have to do a double check because she'll do it perfectly. So now also before we wind up, let us quickly check on the future trends. Okay, that is what is coming next in job analysis. What is coming next or what is already here? You know what I'm talking about, of course you do. AI, right? AI is here, data analytics is here, and remote work is becoming mainstream, right? So the way we analyze jobs are also going to change. We will be seeing more and more use of things like virtual resumes, video resumes, or virtual reality also sometimes to simulate work environments. Maybe algorithms will be in place to process job data faster, right? With all this, there is also a focus on employee well-being, flexible work, diversity, continuous learning, right? So HR is no longer just about hiring or firing, right? It is also about creating human-centric workplaces that can evolve along with the society, along with the environment that the organization is in. So job analysis, initially when you hear about that, hear this word job analysis, you might feel that it is something very technical. But in reality, it is all about understanding work at its core. Whether you are building a hiring plan, you are designing any kind of training modules, or even even if you're setting up performance reviews, right? Job analysis will give you that roadmap, which will make your jobs easier. And as future HR professionals, if you can master this whole concept of job analysis, then you will become the go to person for clarity and structure in any organization. And who doesn't want to be that person, right? That, what you can say, that critical resource who you cannot live without, right? So that was all about the important concepts in unit number 3. I hope this session was useful in your term and examination preparation. Until we meet again, happy learning.